Hi guys, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you're joining us for the first time, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Well, my country people, I guess election goes far more than mere predictions and prophecies on who will emerge the winner. Because before the elections, there were so many predictions online that Peter Obi would likely be the president-elect, that Peter Obi would likely emerge as the winner of the presidential election. Alongside, so many prophecies were released on how Peter Obi is the right one for Nigeria and how God has destined Peter Obi to lead this nation. And then we got to the elections, and afterwards, the results were, called out, and eventually, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu emerged as the president-elect, which Peter Obi and even the Labour Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, they both rejected the victory of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. And yes, when Mahmood Yakubu announced the final result after 3 days of collation of results from the 36 states and the Federation and the FCT, it was said that Tinubu pulled about a total of 8 million votes, and Tinubu defeated his main rival Atiku Abubakar, who pulled 6 million votes, and Peter Obi, who pulled 6 million votes, but he came out, distant third. And then we got to see Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, who pulled about 1 million and something votes. But then that wasn't the case because Tinubu won the election, being that he got the highest number of votes, but failed to win the FCT Abuja. He failed to get, to third in the FCT, which Peter Obi got. And then INEC hurriedly declared Tinubu as the president, which is against the constitution. The constitution says the one that has the highest number of votes and also the one that gets to, win the FCT Abuja. So my country people, it is what it is. Now, Repeated-Etok have made it known that if the Supreme Court says 2/3 and the FCT, then it means that the election has to be repeated. It is no longer news that the outcome of the 2023 presidential election that produced Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as the president is being contested at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal sitting. One of the major areas being debated currently at the tribunal is the issue of the 25% vote of the FCT. And it will be recalled that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu failed to secure at least 25% votes in the FCT. Speaking on the issue, the political analyst and a former African Democratic Congress ADC governorship candidate in Akwa Ibom State, Ezekiel Repeated-Etok, said that the 2023 presidential election would be repeated if the case ended up at the Supreme Court. And according to him, the Supreme Court interpreted the Constitution and made emphasis, and the FCT election will be repeated because the 2023 election is not done and dusted. So those that are claiming that the election is done and dusted, there is no way, because e be like say small dust still remain. In fact, plenty dust still dey inside. And we must understand that there is the tribunal, and the issues at the tribunal are extremely fundamental. And I will give you just one issue. Now, if the Supreme Court says that 2/3 and the FCT means if JAMB says you should, before you get admission, you must get at least 5 credits and English. If you like, you get up to 20 credits and you don't get up to English and you don't get English, that means you won't be admitted, you won't be given admission. So if you like, get up to 20 credits and, without English, then you cannot come in. That is how it is. And if they now come and put that as the interpretation of the law, we all know what the dire consequences means. It means that the election has to be repeated. Therefore, the 2023 election is not yet done and dusted, because you cannot tell us what the law says otherwise. The Constitution says two-third and also the FCT, which Tinubu failed to get. Now, INEC hurriedly declared him the president, which is not supposed to be so. And afterwards, when INEC declared Tinubu the president, there were several cries that the elections should be, conducted again. The elections should be rerun. They should conduct a fresh election. But then all those, agitations for the conduct of a fresh election died down when Buhari did not even give listening ears, and then the INEC had to make it known to the opposition that if they are not comfortable with the results, they should as well go to court, meaning that the INEC chairman Mahmood Yakubu has already given his own judgment and there is no going back. And then we got to see how Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu was preparing ahead of his inauguration ceremony. Meanwhile, we knew that this election, was not free and fair. It wasn't credible. But then Tinubu got to emerge as the president of this country. So it seems that the interpretation of the law or the constitution does not apply to Tinubu being the president. It is against the constitution. But we are in a country whereby the constitution or the rule of law does not matter. What matters is the person that has power or the person that has influence to do whatever he wants. So my country people, this is it. I know many people will say Peter Obi came out this time third. He didn't even put about 8 million votes to defeat Tinubu. Why would they say he won the election? Well, there are so many cases to this. There are so many things to this. Peter Obi have made it known that he won the election, just that his vote was cut off. The INEC, they rigged the election in Tinubu's favor, and we got to see that at the polling units, most of the Labour Party logos were missing on the ballot papers. Why was it so? There was intense rigging. So that is why many people have said for peace to reign. Is it not better if Tinubu wants to prove to Nigerians that yes indeed he won the elections free and square, then he should agree to the fact that the elections should be repeated? But my country people, you see that that's not the case. Tinubu now is the president, and there is no way the elections can be repeated. There is no way we can reconduct the election. So everybody will just have to wait for 2027 to try their chance and see if they would emerge as the winner and unseat Tinubu as the president. Because those that are even waiting for the tribunal to give it judgment, we've seen how the case is going. They have been adjourning and postponing this case. We don't know when they will give a final judgment. And there are chances that Tinubu will be favored at the tribunal. There are high chances that Tinubu will be highly favored at the tribunal, leaving the other petitioners to wallow in shame and disgrace. So guys, what are your thoughts concerning this? I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you. Bye for now.